everybody. My name is Sensei Mike Sheppers, and I am part of the Ropo Taekwondo Karate Ministry. For those of you that might not be familiar with Taekwondo Karate, we are actually a mixed martial art. We were founded by Grandmaster Ken Champ and actually accredited officially by the Keto Federation, a Korean organization, in 1977. So we've actually been around for about 40 years. We have several schools in Maryland, and we also have several schools in Florida where we were originally founded. In fact, one of the masters in our style, Master Fred Lasala, is actually a world-renowned martial arts champion. He's actually been featured on ESPN and has several world titles and has the fancy metal belts to prove it. I mentioned that we're a mixed martial art, and the reason I termed it that way is because our founder studied several ancient martial art styles and took the best parts of each one of those styles to form the cohesive style of Taekwondo. We're also a Christian martial art. We believe very strongly that God should be at the center of every part of our life, and martial arts is included in that. So we strive to have Christian values incorporated into our teachings. Values like self-control, like humility, like respect, and of course, using appropriate force only when necessary. Ultimately, our goal is to be able to defend without hate, without anger, and without ego. So I'd like to introduce some of our instructors. On the far end there is Sensei Krista. She is a second-degree black belt and a certified instructor. Beside her is Mr. Dan, a first-degree black belt. Mr. Joe, a first-degree black belt. Mr. Jonathan, a first-degree black belt. Mr. Nathaniel, a first-degree black belt. And last but not least, Mr. Tom, a first-degree black belt. Together with these instructors, I head up the Taekwondo ministry for Oak Grove. And I guess with that, everybody ready to have some fun?
Yes, sir! Sure,
all right, awesome. Let's do some breathing. As you see, some of our style, besides just traditional blocking, striking, kicking, we do teach a lot of escape techniques, which deal with leverage points, which deal with control. And that's what's being demonstrated here tonight.
As you guys can see, the materials, are we good here? Okay, we're using real materials. They don't always work the first try, but Taekwondo is primarily a self-defense art, and as you see these self-defense techniques going on out here, we teach 4 different steps of conflict in class. The first one is to be aware and to try and escape the situation without having to do any physical damage. If you are aware of your surroundings, that goes a long way in preventing any type of bad situation. But let's say you can't always prevent that, or you can't get away. First, we talk about talking our way out, or even just running. If that fails, we want to try and control the situation, and using pressure points or joint locks, and not causing any damaging injury. So Mr. Williams is going to show us an example here of how to deal with a bully. What he did was, as a part of that, he defended himself, but he only used the necessary force. And then he also reported the situation, and so the appropriate authorities could go deal with it. In this case, if it was a bully at school or on the playground, maybe going to talk it out. In other areas, it might be calling the police or calling an ambulance. In Luke 6:27 and 28, Jesus instructs us to love your enemies, to do good to those who hate you, to bless those who curse you, and to pray for those who abuse you. And he also gives us the example of the Good Samaritan, is how to care for people. And also, God showed the ultimate example of this in sending Jesus to die on the cross for us. As it says in Romans 5:8, but God shows his love for us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. And how you handle yourself in this situation might be the first example of how somebody comes to start on a path to seek God. All right, go ahead, Miss Anna.
Get her! Come on, take her! Come on! Get off of him! Think you're doing, huh? Oh!
Come on, Anna, get him!
Got him!
Get him! Come on, Anna! Yeah! Go, Anna!
kid. One of the other cool parts about our martial arts style is actually also incorporating weapons into our training. Now, a lot of the weapons that we teach are the traditional martial art weapons. However, we also have several practical weapons. Part of the reason that we like teaching practical weapons is because that way you can use them to defend yourself in an emergency with very common objects. For example, a bow staff can very easily be a broom that you picked up. If you learn how to use a bow staff, you can use it just like a broom. A cane is a very effective weapon as well. You can use it to strike your target, go up the head, come around and flip. As well as, again, a lot of the traditional weapons, such as a katana, a skrima, a tonfa, nunchaku. Actually, some of the black belts will actually show around some of the weapons if you're interested in seeing it. And Mr. Jonathan is actually going to do an advanced bow staff kata. It's actually an old traditional Okinawan kata called Shokumini Yoku.
All right, Chad.
Various strikes with this weapon. One strike, block, throwing strikes, temple strikes, arm and clearing. Circle clearing.
strike takes a little less attention. Doing a combination break, which is what Mr. Tom is about to do. Or doing quick breaks in succession. Takes a lot more effort, a lot more planning. He's demonstrating a multitude of strikes, an elbow, a palm heel, one snap, and a reach hand. All right, Mr. Jonathan, what he's going to do now is called a speed break. Basically what that means is he's going to have the board with no support. There's nothing holding the board there. He's going to drop it as he breaks it. One of the key points with the speed break is you've got to hit it very fast and very hard to be successful.
All right, come on, Jonathan. Conditioning. Some might be mental or personal development, like working on self-discipline, moral character, and humility. Our class objectives include those things, but as a Christian martial art, we also include two others, and that's growing in discipleship of Christ, and to, as Sensei Mike said earlier on, to defend without hate or anger and without ego. That last point might seem kind of strange to some of you. Maybe even impossible. Philippians 4:13 says that we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. And each person at our core, we long to be known and yet loved. And we spend our time and our energy seeking that. In whatever area of life we think will bring us that fulfillment. When a person understands that while we were still enemies, while we were in rebellion against God, that He knows all of the dark, ugly parts of our soul, yet He still loves us and sent His Son to die for us
in them.
We no longer have to spend our energy working towards proving ourselves to the world, because we have that love and acceptance we desire through Christ. And through that knowledge, with God's power, we are able to truly love others, including our enemies. And if you guys want to talk about that at all after we're over, come see one of the black belts, come talk to one of the ministers. But I think we still got some more stuff left up here to break. Woo!
I knew it. Hey, come here.
Yeah, Lydia.
Get over here.
Alright, so what I'm about to do is a series of split focus breaks. Split focus breaks are some of the hardest breaks that you can do because you have to split your focus, particularly when you're doing it in opposing directions. And I'll be honest with you, I've tried these breaks a couple times and I have not been 100% successful. So I would appreciate if you guys would cheer me on and encourage me, and maybe that'll make a difference. Exactly what they're breaking. So if anybody's interested in feeling this is straight from Home Depot. I recognize that. You have. How heavy is that? So this is what they're breaking. This is not trivial. They need a lot of encouragement.
Cheer him on!